I need to collect 242 stars to 100% Super Mario Galaxy. And if that sounds like a lot, yeah, it is. Especially since I'm trying to complete it before the movie comes out, which at the time of recording is in a month. So let's not waste any time because we need to start as soon as possible. I was really excited to play the game, but not as excited as I was to get this little letter from Princess Peach. For me? I want to say I ran as quickly as I could, but I definitely got a little distracted catching all of the stars that very quickly got cut short as meteors everywhere, and Bowser, now here, wanting Peach to come see the creation of his new galaxy. Kinda rude, I wasn't invited, but I will be because I hopped on board to be taken with. Don't know how I'm able to breathe this high up, and neither did Comic. So I got pushed from the sky. How considerate. Waking up, I find myself in a lone galaxy with some star-turned bunnies, who apparently don't feel the gravity of the situation because they want to play tag. Sure. But beating them is how I meet Rosalina, the lady who gives me the power to travel through space. And no other directions, besides getting the grand stars. Man, this is my first time in space. I guess she heard my complaints though, because throughout my journey in this galaxy, I kept coming across the stars called Lumas, and they were the ones to give me instructions, leading me to my very first grand star. Meeting back with Rosalina and the rest of the Lumas, I get keyed in a bit more on the situation, as Bowser came and stole all their power stars to power his own galaxy. I said I'd help out, but obviously with an alternative motive in mind. If Bowser didn't want me at the unveiling of his galaxy, I was going to get there no matter what. The main objective is to go to each galaxy to obtain all the power stars that we need, which, if you remember, totals to 242. And even though we're on a strict deadline, I kept collecting everything I could, and surprisingly had my first 2 deaths. We have our first boss fight though. A baby. Yeah, this piranha just hatched. And now we gotta kill it by bashing its head in a couple times. My god. But I got my second star out of it, so yippee. Each individual galaxies have their own stars to collect, so this was not the last of the Good Egg Galaxy, as I'll have to come here a couple times. But the last star I can get for the moment is being held by King Caliente. This one is a lot less brutal, but still the same head bashing, with a game of volleyball. How cool. I was much more excited to get to our second galaxy, the Honey Hive Galaxy, because I get a new ability. The star ability, I get to be a bee. The only downside of this ability is you cannot touch the water or it goes away. Becoming this new version of myself, I was able to infiltrate the bee ranks, which I quickly regret because why am I climbing all over this woman's body? And why is she liking it? All is well though, as because of that, a teleporter got made that took me straight to the Toads. Oh my god, turn your light off, bro. They fled from Peaches along with my brother, who is MIA at the moment, and from them, I was able to collect my 5th star. They returned back with me to Rosalina's observatory, and not gonna lie, I'm kinda mad. They had a free ticket to Bowser's Galaxy and just fled. What the hell? Sadly, there is a beetle infestation the next time I come back, Oh my god. I got 1 star from killing this guy's kid, then himself, but went back for the last available star for the time being, and this is where I find out my depth perception is really bad. Get excited for that though, cause it just gets so much worse. I get to do 2 fun little galaxies. The Loop-de-Loop Galaxy, which is all about ray surfing. I love saying that as if it's like a natural thing that everybody knows about. It uses motion controls, so slow and steady wins the race. I do not have time to redo this. And the other galaxy is just flipping switches on the floor. Super hard stuff, man. Speaking of hard, we get our very first Bowser fleet encounter. Yeah, I guess they heard the news about me being angry I wasn't invited. So Bowser Jr. is making me fight Megaleg to hopefully stop me. And honestly, he almost did. I don't know why leading this bullet bill was so difficult, but with the power of my rage, I made it through and got my 2nd ever Grand Star, helping to power up Rosalina's observatory. To make it clear, once I get a Grand Star, I can open up a new dome leading to more galaxies. And not every galaxy is done until it has a little crown by it. So obviously, we'll be back for more. There are some galaxies that are a one-time thing, like the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy and Flip Switch, as well as the Hungry Luma galaxies. Yeah, this chonky dude wants some star bits in exchange for giving me a new galaxy to explore. This one in particular was the Sweet Sweet Galaxy, which if you've subscribed and seen my videos before, wink wink, I actually named a Stardew Valley farm after it. Fun fact. This was supposed to be a chill time, yet I kept fumbling and getting sick from the camera movement. But congrats on our 11th star! Oh my god, there is so much left. Going into this new dome called the Fountain, I actually decided to do one of the mini galaxies first. It's like golf, but if you were the golf ball. No matter what though, I kept choosing the harder choices, so I don't know what's wrong with me. Our first main galaxy was the Space Junk Galaxy that showed a new game mechanic of the floor going away. How terrifying. But the first star was pretty easy to get just by collecting 5 mini stars to create a big one. Coming back to the observatory, Rosalina warns me of the prankster comets and to talk to this specific Luma about it. There is multiple different kinds, like the Speedy Comet that has a time limit to finish the galaxy. Daredevil Comets give you 1 life. Cosmic Comets are a race against a mirror of yourself. And Fast Foe Comets make the enemies move faster. Which one did we get to go up against first? The Speedy Comet. Terrifying noise it makes, by the way. But you'd think after how much time I already spent in the Good Egg Galaxy that I would be fine. I was not. But the second time, pretty easy. This is not the end though, because another prankster comet was here in the Honey Hive Galaxy. Honestly terrifying to look at a cosmic version of yourself. But after a couple of tries, no, I don't want to get into it, the race ended just fine. Getting back to the Space Junk Galaxy, I learn a new spin mechanic, thank you bunnies, and have my favorite boss fight in the game. Yep, I'm saying it right now, this one is my favorite. The third star in this galaxy was a little different as I stumbled upon a hungry Luma who, when fed, gave me this cool new planet and a secret star for completing it. With prankster comments, they kind of just show up and you have to complete them if you want to keep playing that galaxy, which sucked because this one was hard. Luckily, flinging yourself around a bit does wonders to saving you time. Back to the normal galaxy, never mind. Let's not be here. I got to do this fun mini galaxy real quick, then found another hungry Luma to feed, which I regret doing. Remember the depth perception? Yeah, I struggled here. It eventually got so bad, I had to have people in a Discord call tell me when I needed to move more left or right. I can't possibly be the only person who struggles with this, right? Battle Rock Galaxy was the next on our list, and this was a breath of fresh air. Look at this. I barely need to do anything. What an easy 20-second star. The next one starts off by showing me how to blow up things with bombs, which is super nice because this hungry Luma takes me to a place that does exactly that. Yes, this is harder than it looks. All you gotta do is blow up trash, but once you do, the 23rd star. The next level continues to use bombs, but the quote-unquote last one is my second favorite boss. Look at this little dude. He's just an angry fidget spinner that you need to spin into electricity. Not done with this place though, as I needed to defeat the fidget spinner one more time on one life. Surprisingly, it didn't take too long. Look at how quick that was. We got done with all the available stars so far, so it was time for Bowser's Star Reactor, which I hated. Oh my god, do you want me to throw up? Once I made my way through the gravity and so much fire, oh my god, what is this? Bowser started rudely spitting meteors at me. Ah, so he invited me here, but not his galaxy. Okay, yeah, this dude is over. He said he wanted to stomp me to pieces, and that's all the info I needed to find out. As if he tries to, I just gotta lead him to one of these lava pockets because he hurts his poor little tail, and then I can beat the shit out of him. And once that is done multiple times, he flees and leaves me with my third grand star, opening up an entirely new section of the observatory. We got the little kitchen now opened up, which houses the Beach Bowl Galaxy. Apparently the students here are distracted by the star chips, but I am distracted by this camera movement. The camera movement is so ass, seriously? Doesn't help that I cannot, for the life of me, swim. So after getting the star, I try and help a hungry Luma to hopefully not have to do another water level. But even outside the kitchen, I guess, I can't escape it. I join a penguin swim test, which happens to be the easiest assessment of my life. But I guess someone heard my prayer because half of this next level wasn't even in water. It was on this weird rock planet. And I don't leave just yet because a prankster comet is also here. At the time of recording, I actually had no idea what was even different. Everything was quick. That's all it was. I just want to let y'all know. Returning back to the kitchen, I actually find a little question mark at the Beach Bowl Galaxy. And after fumbling around for forever, and eventually looking it up on YouTube, opening this chest brings me to an entirely new area and a new ability. This is the Ice Flower, which means I can walk on water as well as skate. It also gives me little areas to test it out and get my next star from using this Cataquack as a catapult. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't even want to talk about this next galaxy. I hated it. The camera movement made me want to vom, and it was not fun, but I, over time, got 2 stars from it, so just know that that happened. On a more fun galaxy note, we have Bubble Breeze, which is all about learning the new bubble mechanic. On the Wii, this was probably a lot easier, but on the Switch, which is how I was playing it, I wasn't having the greatest time. As I said earlier though, slow and steady wins the race. On to our next galaxy, I noticed a sneaky someone in the title. Not only do we get new little mobs for this galaxy, but also a new mechanic. Becoming Boo, who is my favorite Mario character. So this is exciting for me. Not very exciting for Luigi though, because he is absolutely terrified of me. All is well though, I can just go into the light and turn back into normal Mario. Luigi actually comes back to the observatory with me and says I missed a star in the Good Egg Galaxy. How would you even know? But while I got a completely different star, he got trapped there. You'd think he would just use the star to leave, but no, he's stupid. So yes, I do get an additional star from Luigi going back into old galaxies. I went back to Ghostly Galaxy, getting to race this cute little Boo. Of course, I beat his ass. But then I proceeded to get my ass beat by our first boss in this galaxy, Bouldergeist. He throws boulders. Who would have thought? And it is my job to sling ghost at him, breaking apart his rocky body. What I love that this game does is before bosses appear, it pre-prepares me for the fighting mechanics, which is super nice. But mostly helps when you don't have only one life. Oh my god, I died so much. Getting this star was one of the worst experiences. But we finally made it to our Grand Star Galaxy. The fight against Bowser Jr. And it was mostly his cannons doing all the work. He didn't want to fight me fist to fist like a real man. Turtle Jr. thing. Luckily, I used his own Koopas against him and tore his ship apart, making Bowser Jr. flee and getting me my Grand Star. This means the bedroom is now open, giving me a silly little bee galaxy and the Gusty Garden Galaxy. I meet up with our annoying bunny friends for another game of tag just to get a star in the end. But the next time around, we meet with this gross ass caterpillar. I hate it. Ew. And most importantly, we learn how to beat moles. Because yes, the next boss is a gigantic mole. Once I get him out of the floor, I need to hit him, which seems pretty easy. But once you can only do it on one life, getting the timing right is a little more tricky. I don't even know how many times I died to this thing, but at least I saved the stupid bunny in the end. The Freeze Flame Galaxy is next on our list, and the first time we really get to use our Ice Flower abilities, specifically catching this dumb little penguin. This first star is a boss fight, which for some reason I could not tell what was happening, but I just needed to put out his flame and kick him while he was down. Pretty easy. Seems like we're overdue for a cosmic race though, and I hated this thing. I kept fumbling at the weirdest moments, and it was honestly so embarrassing that we're going to move on. I was really digging the whole ice aspect, but our next couple of areas were lava. I guess that's where the flame part of Freeze Flame comes from. I will say it now, I do not like the sand galaxies. They take so ungodly long and look so incredibly boring. Like, what even is this? Why do they have eyes? And I have to get multiple stars in this place. Specifically, a green one. Yeah, heard that right. Getting some green stars opens up the trial galaxies using our previous game knowledge to try and get through harder levels. And harder they were. I had my controller wrong, okay? I will say I do enjoy the ball levels, albeit they only show up a couple times. And the bubble level was surprisingly easy when you remember slow and steady wins the race. Just not right here. Oh my god, go as fast as you can. And the last trial was literally just another race surfing course. That's about it. Around this time, I got word that Luigi was stuck in the Honey Hive Galaxy, so to get another star from him, I needed to go pick him up. Or in legit terms, kick him out of a tree. Finishing up my horrible sand galaxy with a speedy comet, thank god it only took 2-ish tries, we finally catch up to Bowser's fleet again. This galaxy involved a bunch of goo and ways to get stuck in said goo, which was terrifying to maneuver, but all it really took was just using my brain, and I finally met up with Bowser again. It was the exact same fight. Nope, I'm literally not kidding. That only even took 2 minutes, which hey, when I'm trying to 100% this before the movie comes out, not really a bad thing, just a boring thing. Coming back to the observatory, Rosalina tells me I can go where Bowser is creating his galaxy and keeping Peach hostage. But sadly for Peach, she's gonna have to wait a bit, as I just unlocked a new dome. This is the engine room, which houses another god-awful water level, as well as the fall version of the Honey Hive Galaxy. Okay, Nintendo, we're getting a little boring here. But I guess it's always fun being B Mario. And I have a new boss to defeat. This mole was hiding in a water tank, and oh my god, was it jarring to get thrown back into a wall. I also had by far the hardest Cosmic Mario race, up to this point at least. But it made me realize I definitely was not utilizing all the mechanics I had as Mario. So once I lost about 10 dang lives, I finally did it. Thank God. Sea Slide Galaxy was a bit more on the chill end, featuring a bunch of swimming segments that eventually got me stars. But then, wouldn't you guess, another Cosmic Mario race. Back to back. Okay. Yeah, we already established I'm not good at water levels, and now I have to race a better version of myself. Oh my god. It got to a point where I didn't want to lose any more lives, so I just quit the level. Which, crazy good strat, don't get me wrong. But eventually, I finally got myself that stupid star. The last star I can get here for the time being is actually from the side area that opens up. And I thought this place was impossible. I kept dying over and over and over again until I realized you have to play it as a bee. That's all you had to do. So silly. You know what's also silly? Toy Time Galaxy. I hate this area. I'll say it now. This is my least favorite galaxy, and it's not even close. It houses my least favorite ability, which is Spring Mario. Time it correctly and you'll bounce really, really high. Well, guess what? It doesn't always work. And even then, it's so janky that you fall off the places you need to be on top of. Also, why is there even ice here? And I thought a level titled Mario Meets Mario would be a lot cooler. No, I'm just getting tiny stars to make a bigger star. I'm mad. Finally, I get to be semi-done with this dome. Of course, not 100% completing the area yet, but I get to meet Bowser Jr. again. And just like last time, he flies away like a coward, making me fight the more buffed up version of King Caliente, which was actually really hard. Yeah, I don't know what these little dudes are, but I don't know how to get rid of them, so I was kind of getting my ass beat. Thankfully, I knocked him in the head enough and got another grand star. This opened up a couple new areas for me, the first one being the gate, Rosalina's most special place. How cute that I'm allowed to come here now. I sorely regret it though, as this red Luma gives me a cool new mechanic. Flying. It's literally just swimming, but in the air. The camera on this planet made me so sick. I got most of these new purple coins on the floor, which sucks because at this point, there's only 1 week left till the movie comes out. I cannot stop playing this game just because I feel sick. Luckily, the next level for me is the easiest one I've done, as all I need to do is slightly float down to the bottom of the planet to get the star. Thanks, boo. The garden, on the other hand, is our last dome to go through, and it houses absolute trash. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hated most, if not all, of these galaxies. Like, how do you put my favorite boss fight and put it in a trash galaxy? Lame! For being a deep, dark galaxy, it not only had carnival tricks, a pirate ship, and a watermelon. Like, what are these doing here? I will say, however, doing my favorite boss fight on 1 heart, oh boy, that hurt a lot. When I said I didn't like these galaxies, I also meant that I sucked at them. This is the first game over that I have had, and it is in the Dreadnought Galaxy. I was literally dreading my life choices. So please make sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Also, can y'all even tell that this is footage you haven't seen before? Like, yeah, the 5 new stars I got from this area were all just harder versions of all the levels we already did. The Matter Splatter Galaxy, on the other hand, was also rage-inducing. It made me re-mad that Bowser didn't invite me to his galaxy, because if he did, I I wouldn't have to go through this. Let's be fair though, I also just hate the spring. Moving on to brighter days, we actually have my favorite galaxy. Yes, even my favorite galaxy couldn't make up for how trash all the other ones are. I love all the pretty flying scenes in it. I love killing all the mobs. Running for my life is actually fun and not draining. Yeah. The first star was great. The second star also featured my beloved ball rolling, and ultimately what got us to 100 stars. Heck yeah. Until a Daredevil comment rolled up. Yeah, I needed to do the first level over again on 1 heart, which I thought would be super easy, but oh boy, did I struggle. So, of course, I just had to remember my little motto. I had another run-in with a baby piranha that was sadly going to meet their tragic end, but this time, it was on fire. So it took just a tiny bit longer to douse their flame called life. This brings us to our 104th star, and yes, it is important, even though it does not sound like it. I get it by doing the usual playing tag with some annoying bunnies, and oh sure, it was definitely annoying, but a lot easier once you trap them in a pit. Crazy life lessons for me. And that's the last star I can get. Nope, I'm not kidding. The only way to obtain any more is to confront Bowser once and for all. This was super important for me because even though I wasn't important to him, I know what is. This stupid galaxy. Once I defeat him, it'll all be gone. And this level wasn't the hardest thing in the world. Just took a bit of patience as it took you through every one of the terrains we've previously already passed through. And then did we get to finally meet with Bowser. I was super excited for a new and fun battle, but it ended up being the exact same as the other ones. Punch him again, and quite possibly also punch him again. Didn't mean it was easy though. Oh no, I fumbled pretty bad. But I got so lucky, even on 1 life left, that I was able to beat the crap out of Bowser, kicking him into the lava of his own making and getting me my final grand star, which I used to save Princess Peach while we watched Bowser's galaxy crumble around him. I have no clue how he's still alive, but whatever, I guess. Sadly, with the destruction of his galaxy, it created a black hole sucking all of us inside, which, holy cow, is terrifying to look at. But with the help of the little Lumas, they were able to save us, completely starting over the universe. So, everything that just happened gets to happen again. Bro, what was the point? Loading back into the game, Princess Peach is still kidnapped, and Bowser still has his stupid galaxy. And I have more stars to get. Some of these were really super easy, as the main objective is to collect all of the purple coins in the galaxy. But some of them have time limits. And some of them you have to get perfectly or you lose. I don't know how I did it. I'm actively being electrocuted, but I hold on and complete the Battle Rock Galaxy. The most frustrating thing was how long this took. Like, oh my god, you have to be pixel perfect on this BS. Though there was about 15 stars I needed to get, the worst star of all was in the Dreadnought Galaxy. This entire sequence killed me. I turned on assisted mode. Yes, the game has that. Though I actually don't think it does anything for me in this level. Having to get everything perfect actually killed me. I never want to play this game again. Once completing all of these levels though, I annoyingly had to fight Bowser again, which was kinda the nail in the coffin until I realized, wait, I still have over 100 stars to collect. How is I gonna do that? Luigi, you have to play every single level in every single dome all over again as Luigi. Oh, but what about when you meet Luigi in Ghostly Galaxy? Yeah, he's there. He even comes back with you and you get to help him collect stars. What to 100% this game. I literally had to play every level again, fight Bowser twice, and get all of the purple coins while being slippery as hell. Why is Luigi slippery? Dude, I don't know. His slippiness killed me more than anything in this game, period. I was so excited to be done. Sorry, not sorry. And the last thing I had was the Star Festival. It was beautiful, gorgeous coin collecting, and the last star for both Mario and Luigi. And what time did I get this done? 3 a.m. in the morning of the movie's release. I did it. Though traumatized, I was done. I actually feel bad for my Twitch chat as they had to watch me crash out while playing Luigi. Thanks, guys. Once movie time rolled around, I got my fit together and went straight to the movies. I sat with my little Boo plush and was stoked just to get terrified. The music in the movie was so one-to-one to the game that every time I recognized one of the songs, I got a little tense and stressed out. I wish I was kidding. It was actually hilarious, but we did it. And I hope you enjoyed the experience, because I did for a week or so. Maybe if this video does well, we'll complete the second game. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.